Gold has long been regarded as a safe haven asset, a store of value that retains its worth during times of economic uncertainty and market volatility. Gold continues to be a key component of asset preservation, even in the face of the creation of new financial instruments, cryptocurrencies, and contemporary investment possibilities. It remains a dependable hedge against inflation, political unrest, and financial catastrophes in the intricate global economy of today. This video will examine why gold is still valuable in today's economy and why it is still a safe haven asset. 1. Using gold as an inflation hedging asset. The ability of gold to fend off inflation is one of the main reasons it is regarded as a safe haven. Over time, inflation reduces the purchasing power of fiat currencies, while gold has always held its worth even when paper money loses value. Prices for goods and services rise during inflationary times, but gold's value also tends to grow, maintaining its purchasing power. Because of its inherent worth, gold is immune to the impacts of inflation. The quantity of gold is limited, in contrast to paper money, which governments and central banks can produce indefinitely. Gold is not as susceptible to inflationary pressures as fiat currencies because there is a limited supply of it in the globe. Gold is a great asset to hedge against inflationary pressures since its price often goes in the opposite way as inflation increases and money's purchasing power decreases. Many investors use gold as a hedge in the current climate of growing inflation and unpredictability in the global economy. During times of hyperinflation, like in Venezuela or Zimbabwe, this pattern has been seen, with gold holding steady in value while local currencies fell. The demand for gold as an inflation hedge is anticipated to last as long as central banks across the globe maintain their expansive monetary policies. 2. The historical performance of gold. Since ancient civilizations thousands of years ago, gold has been utilized as currency. It has an unmatched track record as a store of value and has shown to be a reliable asset in each of the world's significant financial crises. Gold has demonstrated its tenacity and capacity to safeguard wealth during periods of economic upheaval, from the Great Depression to the 2008 financial crisis. For instance, the US government devalued the dollar by removing the country off the gold standard during the Great Depression, which was an unprecedented move. In spite of this, gold held its worth and increased considerably in actual terms during the ensuing decades. Similarly, as investors fled failing financial institutions during the 2008 financial crisis, the price of gold rose while stock markets around the world plummeted. Because of its extensive history, gold is a preferred asset for investors seeking stability. Due to its status as a physical, limited resource, gold has enduring appeal in contrast to more recent assets or financial instruments that could be prone to market manipulation or speculative bubbles. 3. The performance of gold during market volatility. Whether brought on by natural disasters, geopolitical unrest, or economic downturns, market volatility frequently makes investors anxious and afraid. A lot of individuals turn to gold as a sanctuary during these unstable times. The way gold has historically performed during times of market turbulence emphasizes its function as a portfolio stabilizer. For instance, as investors looked for safe haven assets during the COVID-19 epidemic, which severely disrupted global markets, gold witnessed notable gains. Gold's price reached all-time highs as a result of rising debt levels, government stimulus programs, and investor fear of an economic collapse. Gold served as a buffer during sharp declines in stock markets, giving holders stability and protecting their money. Gold's inverse relationship with conventional asset classes, including equities and bonds, is further demonstrated by its performance during times of significant market volatility. Gold typically moves in the other direction, increasing in value as investors seek security, whereas stocks may see sharp drops during market crashes. Because of this, gold is a crucial asset for diversification, assisting investors in controlling risk and safeguarding their money in unpredictable times. Fourth, international political and economic unrest. For a long time, gold has been regarded as a refuge in uncertain political and economic times. Gold retains its worth in times of economic crisis, civil turmoil, or war when the established financial systems are challenged. Investors are looking for assets that are not dependent on any one government or economy, which drives up demand for gold as global tensions grow and nations face political or economic turmoil. For instance, because gold could be transported and held without the same hazards as paper money or assets linked to the local economy, it became a preferred store of value during times of war, like World War II. The demand for gold has increased recently due to growing geopolitical concerns in regions such as the Middle East and Eastern Europe, as well as the unpredictability of international trade. Gold's function as a geopolitical hedge is especially noticeable in nations with erratic economies or currencies. People sometimes resort to gold as a means of protecting their wealth in countries with high rates of inflation or when political mismanagement has caused currencies to plummet. This is particularly true in emerging markets, where gold is frequently employed as a hedge against local currency instability. The accessibility and liquidity of gold. Gold is a desirable alternative for investors due to its accessibility and liquidity. Gold may be easily purchased, sold, and traded in both physical and digital forms, unlike real estate and some other alternative assets. The gold market is deep and liquid, making it simple for investors to enter or exit positions rapidly, whether they are purchasing gold coins, bullion, or gold-backed exchange-traded funds (ETFs). In times of financial hardship, when investors must be able to sell assets rapidly in order to raise cash. This liquidity is particularly crucial. Gold can be utilized as a type of wealth that crosses national boundaries because it can be traded practically anywhere in the world, and its worth is widely acknowledged, no? A diverse spectrum of investors can also purchase gold. Individual investors can readily obtain gold through coins, bars, or gold exchange-traded funds (ETFs), but huge institutional investors frequently purchase gold in bulk. Because of its accessibility, it is a flexible and all-inclusive asset for wealth protection and portfolio diversification. 6. Using gold as a tool for diversification, a key component of wise investing is diversification. Investors can lower risk and increase their chances of long-term gains by distributing their money over several asset types. Since gold acts differently than other conventional investments like equities, bonds, and real estate. Itipoatite tästä hintas isittes ilon potas enasikehas, an essential part of any balanced portfolio. Gold acts as a buffer against the volatility of other asset classes when it is included in a portfolio. Gold frequently does well in volatile stock markets, protecting the portfolio from losses in other sectors. Gold is a crucial diversification tool because of its negative correlation with conventional asset classes, particularly in times of market turbulence. Gold is a long-term, comparatively low-risk investment alternative that can help mitigate the volatility of other assets for investors seeking to strike a balance between risk and profit. For this reason, as part of a diversified investment plan, many financial consultants advise holding some gold in one's portfolio. 7. The function of gold in central bank reserves. Gold is still essential to the global financial system, especially when it comes to central banks' reserves. Even if fiat currencies are becoming more and more dominant and digital currencies are growing in popularity, central banks all over the world still have sizable gold holdings. This demonstrates gold's continued use as a hedge against exchange rate swings and a store of value. To support their currencies and preserve trust in their monetary systems, central banks keep gold on hand. According to the World Gold Council, central banks have been net purchasers of gold in recent years, especially in developing nations like China, India, and Russia. This pattern supports the idea that gold offers stability and protects against exchange rate concerns, especially during a time of rising debt and inflationary pressures. Gold's enduring appeal as a safe haven asset is demonstrated by the fact that central banks, which are in charge of overseeing national economies, nevertheless hold gold. The idea that gold is a vital component of the global financial system is strengthened by their purchasing behavior. Conclusion: the persistent significance of gold in the contemporary economy. Gold is still relevant in today's economy and has endured over time as a safe haven asset. Gold continues to be a vital component of asset preservation, whether it is utilized as a store of value during times of geopolitical unrest, as a hedge against inflation, or as a safeguard against market volatility. Even in a world that is becoming more digitally linked and interconnected, its reputation as a dependable investment is further cemented by its past performance, liquidity, and contribution to central bank reserves. Gold's special qualities as a physical, limited resource guarantee that it will continue to be a reliable asset for many generations to come. Even though other assets may come and go. Gold's function as a safe haven is more crucial than ever as the world economy changes, giving investors a tried and true means of safeguarding their money during unpredictable times. Let us know in the comments what you think about why gold is still a safe haven asset in the modern economy. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.